guys, welcome back to another Wizard101 video. In this video I am going to be showing you guys my PvP stats, my deck setup, and my pets and my equipment that I'm going to be using in my life PvP series. So let's go right ahead and let's jump into our backpack. So first off, we got the Crocotopia, Crocopatra Vigor hat. This one you can actually buy, not buy. This one is, I go with this one just because it's better than the Malister hat. You guys can probably tell the difference. And I got the hat from the dungeon, so if you go to furniture and then you go all the way over here, it's gonna be this one, Crocopatra EXALTED Duel. So you gotta buy a number of these. I would probably say 10. You'll be able to get it with 10 dungeons. And then for the robe, we got the Bone Smashers robe. This one you could get it from Rattlebones. It's also in the Crown Shop. I think most of you guys know which one it is. It's the Exalted Rattlebone dungeon. Also in the Crown Shop. You guys probably might have to buy like 7, 8, maybe even 10 to get the robe. It's way better, at least in my opinion, it's way better than the Undying Malister's tunic. So definitely I want to have the best stats. So next up, it's going to be these shoes, the ancient Persian, or the ancient Persian, whatever that is. And the reason I go with these is just because you guys can probably compare with the stats. It gives more health, it gives critical, it gives more resistance, 1% more damage. So the downside though is the accuracy, the pierce, and the the pip percentage. But I think overall the resistance and the health it makes up for it. Even the damage and the critical. Nobody honestly uses block anymore, so I would say that the Malister boots of all the schools, we're talking about balance, ice, life, death, fire, storm. The ones that have block, they're kind of irrelevant because 1, nobody uses block. 2, the health on the shoes is way low, and the resistance on the shoes is also low. We might as well just go with this one. So that's why I choose to do this one. You can actually get this one from the Gulcher's Horde pack. You guys probably already know what that pack is. For me, it's one of the best packs. Next up, we're gonna have this Aquila wand, and I forgot. Let me see. I forgot which one. Which pack gives it? Immortals. There we go. So you can get it from the Immortals Lord pack. Right now they're on sale. Only like 200 crowns. So yeah, I go with this one because honestly, like out of the other ones that I have, this one gives more critical, it gives more pierce. And honestly, over damage, over critical, I love to have pierce because Pierce, it helps a lot, especially with the strategy that I'm going to be using in my live PvP series. I'm going to need a lot of Pierce as much as possible. So yeah, I go with this one. It also gives that May cast. So let's say, you know, your opponent he's very close to dying, but he has a shield. You just throw one hit, and you might get lucky, and it might do a decent amount of damage with the Queen Calypso. So that's another reason why I like this wand. It's just because of the May cast. I use for the theme, I use the Spirit of Darkmoors, because just comparing, I mean, this one, I use this one for farming for my critical set. And the thing I like about this one is it gives a lot of health. It gives 16% power pip chance, 16% damage. It gives that 12% incoming and outgoing heal. So it's kind of like it's stacked with a lot of a lot of stats. So that's one reason why I choose this one. I mean, the other alternative for this one, you can go with the Dark Woman's Dagger, which you can get it from Morganth. They're pretty much the same. Yeah, pretty much the same. So next up is the amulet. I go with the Jewel of the Shadow Web, and this one you can also get from Morganth. The reason I decided to use this one is not because I was too lazy to actually farm for the Darkmoor amulet, the one that gives 4 pierce and 4 resistance and 45 critical. I mean, I could get it. I could honestly farm and get it, but there's actually a reason behind why I actually choose this one. And the reason for that is because it gives 2 blades. And when I tell you guys the strategy that I'm going to be using on my life when I go into PvP fights, you guys will understand why, but I need my blades. I need Pierce and I need blades for my strategy and for everything just to go smooth, you know? So I need a lot of blades and Pierce. So you guys will see why. Next up is going to be the Duelist Daredevil Ring for 100, level 100. And this one is probably the best. I think I've been using this one on my def as well. I don't think they honestly updated this one, because 11% damage and 6% pierce, it's kind of a lot. You know, I don't know if they actually have any plans to update the pierce, but this one's by far is the best. So I honestly wonder if they're ever going to update the piercing, like this ring in the PvP, if they're going to update the piercing. Because right now, I mean, for a Storm, they could already get like 55 or 60 pierce, and they could also have a crazy amount of damage. So I don't think they're kind of being a little bit cautious with the stats. For the pet, I'm going to be using this ward pet. I think I showed you guys this pet before on my first video when I introduced you guys to my life wizard. And the reason for it is because, again, people might confuse me as a death wizard, you know, because you guys see that some death wizards do wear like green and black, or some of them wear purple and black. So, but for me, some people might, take me as a death wizard. And honestly, I might run into a Jade or somebody that does angels, like an angel strat. So if I'm going to be facing somebody that does angel, I kind of want to have a Doom card on my pet. And I'm also going to want to have some extra Doom bubble in my treasure card on my side deck. So, and you never know. I mean, I done PvP on my myth and my fire. And fire, honestly, at 100, exalted, they can be very, very kind of tough to fight with. It's just fire at level 100 is very scary. I'd rather probably fight an ice than a fire. I know I kind of said the opposite when I was on my death. I'd rather fight a fire than an ice. But yeah, fire, ice, balance. Balance is also a school that's up there. But my main concern is with fire and ice. That's my main concern. Balance, I don't think I need a ward. I could honestly use, if I'm ever gonna fight a balance, I'll probably be okay with using this pet. But I mean, when you got extra resistance against a balance, why not use it? Next up is my mount. This is the Life Cultures mount. You can find it in the Life Cultures. Why do I always say that? You can find it in the Cultures Horde pack. And yeah, that's the mount. Gives 3% damage. And then my deck, I crafted this deck. If you're gonna do Exalted PvP, then I honestly recommend you get this deck because it's probably the best deck to have at level 100, especially if you upgrade your deck to get the stock jewel, which I have accuracy. So definitely try to get this deck. You could get it in Darkmoor. Like there's this little person NPC that sells decks, and you gotta get like some gargoyle fish and some like moats, some ingredients. So shouldn't be too hard, honestly. But this is the deck I'm gonna be going with. So now that I showed you guys all of my equipment, let's go ahead and show you guys the stats. So I'm going to be fighting with 106 damage. My resistance, the base, I would say is 56. And then I have 71 with fire, ice, and balance. I get the 2 extra shadow resist from the deck. My accuracy is 27%, which is not bad. And then my critical is 49%, which is at this, with 49% critical, you should be solid, you should be okay. And that's one of the reasons why I honestly like to fight at level 100 PvP. Not because you face easy opponents, it's just because the critical rating is like, it's very good, it's not messed up. Like if I put my life wizard in PvP at level visionary, like level 130, my critical rating is going to be like 36 or maybe even 26 or 36. So it's going to drop a lot. And the only way I could get it up if I was max and I wanted to have a lot of critical and PvP, I would have to have an exclusive wand and maybe even a different PvP ring, like the one that gives critical. So I would have to kind of adjust and get new equipment if I was to do visionary PvP. But the thing is, it affects my other stats. I might not have resistance. It might affect the damage. It might affect the pierce. So that's another reason. But right now, I like the stats. I honestly have tried them in some tournaments. So the block is also okay. It's decent. I got 24 block. So at Exalted, it's very good, the block. It's still decent. You can still block a few hits. Not all hits, but a few. And then I got 22% incoming and outgoing heal. And for armor pierce, I have 36 piercing. So honestly, like what I can do is I can just put an info and it could give me the other 15. So I'll probably boost me up to 50, 51. Yeah, so I'll have 51 pierce if I put the info. And then let's check. Shadow Pip is going to be 5%. Power Pip is 95. That's all like we honestly need for the Power Pip chance. It's just 95% because I'm able to get a good amount. Like it's not like every time I'm going to get a noob pip, one of those white pips. My health is 6,266, so that's good. So now that I showed you guys my stats, why don't we go ahead and head over to our deck. So this is the PvP deck. I got the 4 blades, and I'm going to put a blade in my treasure card. I don't have my treasure card set up. And my luck set up, but honestly, I'm going to have to kind of do something else. So this is just standard what I have for right now, but I will be changing it sometime. Maybe put like a life blade, a black mantle, something. So it's not gonna be like this. It's gonna be something else. But this is just what I have for now. But my deck, it's all set up. I do have this one, just in case if it takes me a while to get a Shadow Pip, and like I have max pips, I could just waste a King Arthurius. And then we got the Caterpillar Shadow spell. We got the Leprechaun, just in case if we just like very, very close to killing, or if we have to take off a shield, we got the Leprechaun to do that. We also got wand hits, just in case if our enemy decides to put a 70% set shield for life. Or if any dispels come my way, any life dispels, I could use this one, I could use that, I could use this. So we got those, also the life blade. So I just want you guys to understand like why I choose these cards, because I want it to benefit me any way possible. So for example, if let's say if I'm facing a fire and he efreets me, I could just Luminous Weaver, or I could just dig it up. If I don't have it in my hand, I could dig it up with a treasure card, or I could even use the Life's Scarab. or maybe even the brown spider and put a bubble. So the small hits are essential if you're going to be facing an ice that uses Abominable or a fire that uses Ifrit. So you could use these cards for various situations that you have in PvP. I'm also got my Enchant Colossus and this one. And then I have set shields, the Volcanic shields that give me a storm and fire shield. Some stun blocks just in case if we do face a myth or an ice. A myth and ice, there are the 2-number schools that love to stun a lot. They just love to stun a lot. So, especially a myth, you know. So, we got these stun blocks up. Also, fire. I keep forgetting. Fire also likes to stun. I got these extra tower shields. I got some extras in my treasure card on my side deck just in case if I run out. I also have a stun just in case if I need it. And then if we face a balance and he starts to spam Lord, then that's when I'm gonna have to start spamming Luminous Weaver back. You know, give him back the weakness. But most importantly, this is gonna be my strategy, and you guys will see me do this in a lot of PvP matches. So I do have my Sharpened Blade enchant and my Life Blade. So, and then I have these Life Blades that my amulet gives me. So what my strategy or what my plan is, the first round I'm going to want to blade up. You know, either if I can't find a blade, one of these blades, or this one, then I'm going to have to go to my treasure card deck and dig out a blade. And then that's going to be the first round. Second round, I got to put up stuns. I got to put up a stun block. And then my third round, I'm going to want to, by either the first round or the second round, my opponent is going to shield. Which I don't care if my opponent shields or double shields. I honestly don't care. They could double shield all they want to. It's just, it's going to be with my strategy that I'm going to be using. So, by that time, they're going to have a shield. So, on my third round, now that I have a blade and stun blocks, I'm going to want to also put a shield. If I'm fighting a fire or storm, I'll put a set shield up. Or if I'm fighting a death or a myth, I'll put a set shield up as well. But if I'm fighting a balance, or if I just can't find any of these schools that I'm fighting against, then I'm going to go with the tower shield. So you always want to have a backup shield. And let's see. That's going to be the third round. So by now I should have like around 6 power pips. Depending on if I go first or second, I should be making my way up to, you know, 7 pips or 6 pips. And once I got enough pips to cast Spinosaur, I should be able to have by then a Shadow pip. Once I have a Shadow pip, I'm going to want to use Strike immediately. I gotta make sure I have Strike in my hand. Because I honestly can't kill or I can't fight without using Strike. So that's the main thing I want. So once I have Strike, then I just enchant the Spinosaur and I cast it. And with 2 blades or 1 blade and plus the damage of the Shadow Strike, it should be able to do a decent amount of damage where I can just Black Mantle. I could use a Black Mantle on my opponent or maybe even use a stun from my side deck. And then he might fizzle, he might pass, he might shield, but whatever the reason is, I could follow it up with a Leprechaun or maybe shield myself and follow it up with a Luminous Weaver. And if I do get if I am losing the fight, I got some heals that I can cast. I just put 4 because I honestly I don't like to take too long in my matches. If I die, I die, you know. But these are just for emergencies. If um if I'm fighting on ice and the fight is kind of going a little bit slow, then I have some like 2 power pips. I could just heal myself, and since I do have kind of like 50% critical, it wouldn't surprise me if I do double if I critical the healing. Plus I also have 22 outgoing and incoming health percentage. So I'll be good. But if my opponent does change the bubble or puts up a bubble, I could just put up a brown spider for just so I have that advantage. And then also I do have that doom. If I do encounter and have to fight a life that does angel strat, he just spams heal, then I do have gnomes that give two dispels, 2 life dispels to the next spells that he casts. So he's not going to be able to cast a life spell because it's kind of like it's basically like a Medusa for a life wizard, you know? So for 2 rounds, he's going to have to try to take those off. By that time, I'm going to try to find a Doom on my side. This isn't the only one I'm going to be carrying that my pet gives me. This is the only one my pet gives me, but I'm not going to be using that one. Honestly, I'm going to want to have a Doom right here just in case if I do have to face, you know, kind of a Jade, a life Jade that spam heal, then I'm going to want to save up pips and use gnomes. And then I got this one just in case a myth or a fire decide to do overtime damage, especially fire. Fire wizards, they do like to do rampage, and that's one of my most scariest things that I can encounter when I face a fire, just doing rampage. So I am going to have this one. I might make a treasure card, maybe like put in accuracy, extra accuracy here, and just put it on my side. So I might do that. But that's basically my deck setup. And I honestly want to, there's some more spells that I could fit in here. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to make it too tight. Like, for example, I could use this one, which, if I'm going to be facing an Ice Wizard, and we all know that Ice Wizards, they like to shield a lot, and I could just use this one just to remove all of the shields. If the Ice Wizards decide to cast Abominable, it's gonna remove it, and it's gonna give them either a 25% or to 65% mantle. So they might fizzle. And it's basically a fizzle is basically like a stun. So we might get lucky. I also got green oak. I don't know how I want to go about using green oak, but I have it there just in case if I do decide to use it. And then I got 45. I want to put 45 somewhere, but I honestly don't know what to take out. But honestly, what I can do is just take these out and put 45. So yeah, I might take these out and just put 45 and just put like 2 of these in my treasure card deck. So I think that's what I might do. But yeah, but let me know what you guys think about my, now that you guys know I'm going to be using Strike, Blades, and Spinosaur. And for my defense, set shields and tower shields, stun blocks. Those are going to be my main defense. Also some heals just in case if I need them. But yeah, the way I set up my deck is I always try to set it up as to if I'm facing anybody at all, I want to be able to deal with a myth, a fire, an ice, a storm. I want my deck to be universal, which I don't have to panic, or I don't have to be suffering or struggling to find an exact spell that I need for that school. So that's the way I like to set up my deck. And yeah, I think that's about it. So I just want to show you guys something. Somebody wants me, I was reading a comment and somebody honestly wants me to do one of the matches in my life PvP series, and they want me to fight one match as a Jade. I kind of do like an angel strat, and I'm going to show you guys my Jade set. So let me see, let me go to character. Okay, this is the stats. I got 80% resistance to all schools. I guess critical doesn't matter, block doesn't matter. I got 101% outgoing healing and 66% incoming healing. And with the gear that I have a total of 5,086 health. And I'm just going to show you guys the gear real quick. This is the pet that I just I had, but last month we had this fancy jewel, the one that gives Maycast Pixie. I don't know if I want to use this pet. I usually use this one when I do 2 versus 2 or 4 versus 4. When I'm in a team, I honestly won't use this one if I'm going to be doing like a Jade 1v1 match. I will probably use, let me see. I'll either use this one or I'll probably use this one. Either one I would probably use. Let me see how my stats look with this one. Alright, not bad, not bad. If I put a fortify, I'll probably get like 110 resistance to fire, ice, and balance. I could also get 100 resistance to storm. All I have to do is craft the that one ring that you guys get in Chrysalis that gives you like 17 or 15%, like 17 or 15 resistance to like schools. So I could honestly like be immune to get like 100 for fire, for storm, I mean. Especially when I cast fortify. If I use this pet, I'll probably dope. But I will be making now that you guys see my pets, I will be making a match. It's either going to be commander or knight, or maybe even warlord, where I dress up as a Jade. And I'll show you guys my Jade. You know, he kind of looks awesome. So I got my Jade gear on right now. It's supposed to be like an angel. Let's see. So there he is. That is my Jade gear. The shoes, the wand, everything else. That's my Jade gear. My Jade setup. Pretty nice. He honestly looks like an angel. Like one of those fighting angels. But that's about it. I just wanted to show you guys that. And this is my 1v1 or whatever. I don't know. I wouldn't call this my 1v1 deck. But Guardian Spirit, I will use that in 1v1 whenever I decide to do the Angel or the Jade. Whatever. I don't know, Angel, Jade, whatever match. I think I might do it at like the Commander match or Knight, maybe even Captain. I might do that match. Somebody wanted me to do it, so I got to deliver. It's gonna be exciting and it's gonna be a very long match. Obviously, my opponent's gonna be irritated, but I gotta do it, you know? Let's see. Got reshuffles. So yeah, I mean, there you guys have it. That's basically all I wanted to show you guys. And I will be making a video like of me analyzing and just like reviewing and just critiquing what I think about the test realm and everything like that. What I think about it so far. But it's not going to be until I think Tuesday or maybe even Wednesday, because test realm at the moment is offline. No, hang on. Actually, I'm probably gonna do the kind of do my review of the test realm on Monday, because on Monday test realm comes back up, and I honestly want to wait because there is the Infinity Gauntlet, and supposedly it is like a 5-box event or Lost Pages event. So this is going to be the third event that they integrated into the game. So I'm honestly going to want to wait before I critique and before I do my final analysis about the test realm. I honestly want to give test realm a little bit more time because there are some things that I forgot to cover about the test realm. So once it's back up on Monday, I will be making a video, and then after that, I will be giving my final analysis about the test realm. So that video is going to be coming up pretty soon, but I just want to show you guys all of my gear that is on my life wizard. And honestly, as of this right now, when I upload this video, the next video is going to be my live PvP. So after this, you guys are going to start seeing my first match. You guys are going to start seeing the PvP banner. So yeah, PvP live 1v1 rank match at EXALTED has officially begun. So I'm not entirely sure when I'm going to be posting the first match, but you know, stay tuned. I mean, my very most important thing about this about this PvP series is I want to go undefeated. I honestly want to go, and I want to show you guys, you know, getting to Warlord without 0 defeats. I'm gonna have to pull out 25 wins without anybody defeating me, which is a little bit hard, but it's going to be very exciting. So I hope you guys, you know, let a friend know that, you know, I'm going to be doing EXALTED live PvP. Going to try to be undefeated, and we'll see. You know, I also might put some like converts, honestly. I feel like some people are going to set for me. I might put some like life converts. So just in case if they do put a life shield, I could just put a convert and I could just one-shot them. But I don't know. That's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.